Hey everybody, and welcome back. Glad you could make it for another video. And today, we're going to be having some fun. We are going to be doing our What's for Dinner video for this week. So sit back, relax, and let me give you some dinner ideas to make life a little easier. Hello family and friends, I'm Susan, and welcome to my home. Hey everybody, it's Susan here, and tonight is Monday night. And I'm going to be making some quick, easy pizza. It's called Naan pizza. You make it on garlic naan bread. If you've never heard of it, you've got to give it a try. I went to Aldi's today, picked me up some naan bread, and we're going to make some small individual size pizzas for Danny and I. That way you could put what you want on it. Doesn't matter, but it'll be good either way. So my ponytail's up. Let's get to cooking. Okay, and I've got a little bit of onion going on right there. I'm just going to let it caramelize just a little bit so it'll get a little bit sweeter, so it won't be quite as pungent whenever we put it on the little bits of pizza, because I do like onion on my pizza. And then I'm going to brown the hamburger meat. Let me get these onions caramelized a little bit, and then I'll fry up the hamburger meat, and then we'll get going on the naan pizzas. All right, let's get some pizzas made here. I've got some leftover spaghetti sauce from last Monday, actually, whenever I made the lasagna. Like I said, zero food waste in this house. And I go all the way to the edges. Doesn't need tons, but it does need some. And I have it on this nice sheet that has holes in it. And it's actually made just for pizzas, I think. That way you can get the bottom of them nice and crisp. So we've got that going on. I'm going to add some onion. Okay. I'm going to add a sprinkle of Italian seasoning. Don't know if you can see that. I'm going to put it in my hand and then sprinkle some on it. Okay. And I'm going to put a sprinkle of some spicy Italian seasoning on my pizza. Just a dab, because this stuff is actually quite spicy. And it doesn't need much. It's kind of like the peppers that you get at the pizza restaurant. They're spicy. That's kind of what this is. It's really good though. I'm going to add a little bit of hamburger meat. Not a ton, but a little bit on each one. Make sure that's got it all the way around. Next thing is some mozzarella cheese. Buddy boo, there's some cheese fell on the floor. Get my Flintstone vacuum cleaner in here to vacuum up the kitchen for me. Now, I'm waiting for the oven to get to 350, and then we'll put the pizzas in and let them heat up and the cheese melt up and get all nice and gooey. And hopefully the bottom will get nice and done too because of all the holes in this. I don't know if you can see through it, but there are holes in this. So it will help the crust get crunchy. But be back once we get them in the oven. We're going to put these pizzas in the oven. I'm going to give it probably about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll check it and see. We don't need it to get too crusty, cheese-wise. So let me give it 5 minutes and then we'll see where we're at. And here's what the naan pizza looks like. It is just a little like personal pan pizza. And it has got a thick crust because that naan bread is thick. And I was just wondering if I got it. Yep, I got it all cut. And I'm just going to cut it into 4 pieces. Okay. Ooh, look at that cheese pull. Did you see that cheese pull? I just saw that cheese pull. Look at that cheese pull. All right. That is what you call a good cheese pull. And I gotta cut it because it's gonna pull all off if I don't. All right. A little non-pizza action. And there's mine. Don't that look good? And that's what's for supper Monday night. And it's Tuesday night, and it's Taco Tuesday. And tonight, instead of a taco, we're going to be doing a little something different. We're going to be doing a green chili taco soup. It is in collab with Tamra from Southern Wife Everyday Life. I'm going to be making this today and seeing if it needs anything added, because you know I like mine spicy. Don't exactly like it bland. But we're going to go ahead and make this up and see how this tastes. Let's go ahead and get started on this soup. This is a pretty straightforward, simple recipe. Kelly's Green Chili Taco Soup from Dean Family Cookbook. And I have cooked the onions in with the ground hamburger meat for just a little bit. I've drained everything off, and now it's time to add the 2 cans of diced tomatoes. No draining, just add them in. And now I'm going to add the whole kernel corn without draining. So it's basically just about a dump and go once you get to this point. Black beans, no rinsing, no draining. The can of green chilies. 2 cups of beef broth. 1 teaspoon of cumin. And I am going to let it go ahead and simmer for about 15 minutes. Covered. And then we'll come back and we'll see where we're at and see if we need to add some more spices, because y'all know I like it spicy. But 15 minutes. We'll be back in a minute. And I've actually been letting this simmer for a while. We've been doing stuff around the house, and I've just had it on low. It's supposed to at least simmer for 15 minutes. It simmered for a little longer than that. I did get some out, tasted it, and felt like it needed a little extra something, because y'all know I like it a little spicy. I went ahead and added 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning mix, which made it a little more taco-y, to say the least. So let me go ahead and plate this up while the dogs are barking. And here is the taco soup. Of course, y'all know I like it a little extra spicy, so I'm going to put some Cholula in mine. And some green Tabasco. I'm also going to add some Mexican cheese to the top. And some sour cream. All right, and there is the taco soup. I know it's good. I've already ate a bowl. This will be my second bowl. It's good. Y'all need to make it. We're going to get the Mongolian beef stew ready. Here's the recipe, and it calls for soy sauce, which I'm using liquid aminos, minced garlic, sesame oil, brown sugar. It does call for some carrots, a little bit of water. And right here is my chuck roast. I've got about 1.5 pounds of chuck roast already in the pan. So let me go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, 1 cup of soy sauce. 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. 1 cup of brown sugar. It calls for a cup of carrots. That is grated carrots. Danny doesn't like carrots that good, so I'm just going to put a little bit in, because he is not big on carrots. This will cook down. He won't really know it's in here once it cooks down. Trying to get my vegetables in on him whenever I can. He is not a vegetable person. And 1/4 cup of water. All right, that's everything that I need. Let me go ahead and stir it around. Make sure that your meat is completely covered. Because once the meat starts cooking, it'll make even more juice. And put the lid on. Put it on low all day while I'm gone to work. And then it'll be ready to eat when we get home. Hey everybody, it's Susan here. And tonight is Wednesday night. We are having some Mongolian beef stew in the crock pot. You saw me put it in the crock pot this morning before I went to work. I come home. The house smells so good. Oh my Lord. This is definitely a different smell than last week's smell. They both smell good, but this one smells really, really good. I've ate it before. It is really good. But I think I'm going to make some rice. And I've got some sesame broccoli spears kind of thing that I think I'm going to make too, because it kind of goes along with the theme. So, let me put this ponytail up and let's get to cooking. And got home to an amazing smell. And whoo, okay. Here is the Mongolian beef stew. Look at that. Oh, man. Let me get that on some rice with some broccoli. And it'll be time for supper. And here's some Mongolian beef. I'm going to add some rice to it. And a little bit of some sesame broccoli that I've sauteed in the pan. There you go. Mongolian beef. It's what's for dinner tonight. And it's amazing. Hey everybody, and it's Susan here. And tonight is Thursday night. And it's time for some crack chicken sliders. Something quick, easy, put together. Another kind of sandwich item. I'm kind of making Thursdays the sandwich night apparently. But my ponytail's already up. And let's get to cooking. We're going to make some cracked chicken sliders today for Thursday for supper. It calls for 20 ounces of pulled chicken breast. I've only got 10. I've got about half of it here in the pan. I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese. I've got about 2.5 to 3 ounces of bacon bits. I've got some ranch dressing mix. I've got a cup of cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese, and then I've got 1.5 tablespoons of butter, along with half the Hawaiian butter rolls that we used from last week. So I'm going to go ahead and make the cracked chicken sliders. It does call for it does call for slices of cheddar cheese. I may wind up using American. We'll see which way we're going to roll. And we'll need to get that put together so we can put it in the oven and let it heat up. But let's go ahead and get everything melting. I'm placing the chicken, the cream cheese, which I am going to pull off real quick in the pan to heat up. And then once I get this heated up, I will add the regular cheese, the ranch, the bacon bits, and the butter. Well, excuse me. The regular cheese, the ranch, and get that ready to go. The butter actually, I think, goes on the rolls. Yep. So, okay. Cream cheese is pulled and in the pan. It is on. So we can get everything melted up. Because I've already cooked this. This was 10 ounces of pulled chicken breast. It calls for 20 for a full 12 pack of Hawaiian King rolls. I'm only doing 6, so I've done half of it. And let me get this heating up and we'll add the rest. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the bacon bits and the ranch dressing. Like I said, this is about, it calls for 7 ounces. This is about 2.5 ounces. Which is quite a bit of just bacon bits. And then half an ounce of ranch dressing. And I'm going to let this go ahead and keep heating up until the cheese melts really good and it starts bubbling. And then we'll go from the next step after that happens. It's just about completely melted. I'm going to go ahead and add the cheddar cheese in. And then stir this around and let this melt. And then we'll be ready to put it on the rolls and get that in the oven. And I've already put some mayonnaise on each side of the Hawaiian butter rolls. And I'm going to go ahead and put cheese where they match up for each side. And on the bigger side, which happens to be this one actually, I'm going to put the cracked chicken. And what I do is just put it down and smooth it out. And I've made enough, probably I could have made 12 out of just what I made, which was half the recipe, which I don't understand. But that's okay. Now I got all of it out there. Put that right there. Nice and warm chicken on all of that. I got the cheese on this side. And what I'm going to do is flip it over. Hold on to it. Flip it over. And then there you go. All of it's together. Now the next part, I have melted the 1.5 tablespoons of butter. And I'm just going to put that over the top of it, which makes it even more decadent. But yeah, it's really good. Now this is something you could have done on the one I did last week, but you know, we like our ham and cheese the way we like it. This right here, it's got all kinds of goodness in it. I've got everything ready to go in the oven. All I've got to do is wait until the oven gets to 350 degrees, which it's about there, and then put it in, covered in aluminum foil for 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put this aluminum foil over the top of it so it doesn't get too brown on top. And then we'll put it in there for 15 minutes, and then they'll be ready to go, and we'll be ready to eat because I've got it tinted so it'll get nice and hot under there. And let's get this cut up. This just came out. It's been 15 minutes on 350. And it's hot. I'm trying to get it cut up without burning my fingers. All right, let's get this plated now. Okay, cracked chicken sliders. That's what's for supper Thursday night. I hope you've enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner. A lot of great ideas and a lot of great food. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'd love for you to be a part of our channel's family. Until next time, see you then. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram or Pinterest and comment on these videos. And let our family be a part of your family.